All right, welcome back. We're going to talk about. I keep forgetting the name. I wasn't really familiar with them before today. Sophie and Josh Jonas. Yes, Sophie and Josh Jonas. Apparently, this guy filed for divorce some few weeks ago. I guess he's a singer. And she's one of the actresses in Game of Thrones, which I don't watch. I'm not watching Game of Thrones because by the time I started hearing noise about it and everybody's saying Game of Thrones, by that time I'm like, I'm not going back to start following the story. Like, I'm not doing that. So for life. So I'll never be able to relate with you with regards to Game of Thrones. I believe it's probably a show that I needed to give attention to. I love Power. I love watching Power. For obvious reasons. Power, right? So, but whenever I'm watching Power, I need to engage. I need to pay attention. I can't just watch it on the... Most of the shows I watch are shows that I watch, just as I'm just doing other things on the laptop and stuff like that. I'm watching, I'm catching my ears. Sometimes my wife is like, you didn't pay attention. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, just tell me what did they say? Yeah, I can catch on really quickly. So but this guy right here, I saw it on Us Weekly and some other news platform today. Is getting messy. Apparently he filed for divorce. They have children. They live in both New York and in the UK. And there's a tussle back and forth now on who's gonna have the children. Should the children live more in UK? Should they live more in New York? They're superstars, they're rock stars, they're extremely popular, it looks like. The Jonas brothers, I don't listen to whatever they do. Okay. I'm only interested in this story because of marriage, divorce, and some of the lessons we can extract out of it. And today I was able to extract maybe 5 lessons, and then we're going to talk about prevention in a few minutes. And then we'll wrap up for the day. But before we do that, I'm just going to go into this Us Weekly article. It says, Inside Jonas and Sophie Turner's Messy Divorce. It's on usmagazine.com. It says on September 18, exes Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas were spotted getting lunch together with their 2 young daughters, Momofuku Noodle Bar, uptown in New York City. According to reports, despite Jonas having filed for divorce on September 5, that's about 22 days ago, the former couple seemed amicable enough as they sat alongside their kids in a booth at the casual Midtown restaurant. The united front didn't last long. Just 2 days later, Turner, who is 27 years old, sued Jonas, 34 years old, claiming their children were being wrongfully detained in the US despite her wishes to take Willa, 3 years old, and their 14-month-old, referred to by her initials DJ in court papers, to native England. So she's from England, and he seems to be from here. In response, a rep for Jonas released a statement to us saying that Turner had filed in court only to move the divorce proceedings to the UK and to remove children from the US permanently. All right. On September 25, a judge ordered Turner and Jonas to keep the kids in New York. But sources tell us, that's Us Weekly, Us Magazine, there may be no end in sight to the ongoing drama between the singer and the Game of Thrones actress. Friends are hopeful they can be mature for the sake of the kids. Good luck with that. I'm sure they have intentions to do that, but that's easier said than done. But neither one is going to acquiesce to the other. This could go on for a very long time. The battle over where to live is a big one. In her September 20 filing, that's a few days ago, Turner says she and Jonas had decided in late 2022 that they would make the UK their permanent home. And that was there now. And had found a house to buy in Oxford. Shout out to all the UK people. A second source says Jonas had agreed to relocate across the pond because he wanted to make Sophie happy. Right? Let's make her happy. Let's move across the pond. Like, it's just 6 hours, 7 hours flight away. And he supported her because that is where she wanted to live. At home. Right? This is them here again. All right. So he was trying to make her happy. A lot of people are still actively trying to make themselves happy, make their woman happy. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe he's disconnected. Maybe he doesn't know how to make her happy. Maybe it's not listening enough, right? Maybe she's just greedy, right? Whatever is going on there wasn't enough to keep them together. All right, let's continue. Now that they've split, the source says Jonas is hoping, in quotes, they can come to an amicable agreement, noting that Turner is dead set on moving to the UK full time. She's done. They had a marriage. She's probably a little on the fence. We could do 3 months here, 3 months over there. But now she's like, no. Fuck all that. Kill that shit. Right? Had a third source. They're both laying down these aggressive legal markers, but eventually a compromise will have to be made. This is somebody's being optimistic about it, right? By most accounts, things between the pair began to go downhill about a year ago. Now, there's too much money involved. Enough money for a lawyer's mouth to be watering. If you think this is going to go down amicably, good luck, okay? Good luck, okay? It's going to take everything in them, okay? Because why? There's a lot of money involved. The first source says Turner wasn't thrilled about Jonas' decision to go on tour with his brothers Nick and Kevin. Family issues, okay? Sophie didn't want to always be the Jonas brothers' wife. Wow, says the source. No, it's only Nigerians that go through in-law issue. Oyinbo people will never do that. No, they don't do that. Oyinbo people are firewood. They don't have relationships that are emotionally engaged. Right? She didn't want to go on tour and do everything together. It's not her personality, and she wanted to keep their family separate from all the Jonas brothers hoopla. The third source says Turner felt overwhelmed juggling her career, 2 babies, and Jonas' demanding schedule, right? When you people always help their wife, right? They always help their wife, right? So their mothers never have pressure. Yeah, right. Pressure everywhere. Don't get it twisted. We're all the same people.
Everything I do, I will. Pressure to what?
Pressure to what? I'm telling you, it was hard. It was just hard. Okay, 2 babies and Jonas' demanding schedule, right? The third source says Turner, that's the woman, Sophie Turner, felt overwhelmed juggling her career, 2 babies, and Jonas' demanding schedule. Being a mom on the road is not easy, even when you have unlimited resources. Well, there's no such thing as unlimited resources. It's all limited resources, which is why you need to learn how to manage them. And especially when marriage and relationships are involved. Oh yeah, the emotional part of it too. Emotions will drain you, will drain your emotional resources, right? So of course you need to learn how to manage them too. There's only so much you can give. So if you're not managing the flow, yeah, messy. So even when you have unlimited resources, what does that? Even money is limited. Even money itself is limited. And if that money is unlimited, there's only so much. Money has limitations in terms of how it can help you, right? Especially with when it's everywhere, right? Anything that's readily available is taken for granted. So if the money is everywhere anyhow, you start looking for other things. Okay, what did Markin say when he was here? Markin Bola's husband, right? He said, the only thing we all want what we can't have. That's the reality. Okay, so even when it's seemingly unlimited resource to other people, to you, you're like, he bought me a Range Rover and that means he can't help me with the children. We have a whole big old mansion and so that means he Like, I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. In fact, and then she will forget that they both abuse each other verbally. She'll be like, she's verbally abusing me. Yeah. Right? Because she can only she's on the receiving end of verbal abuse, right? And he's probably processing those own differently. It's like, yeah, she'll be all right. I'm just going to make her happy. Let's just buy a home in UK. I'll go and come as I wish. But it's still not enough, right? It's a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing. Can you imagine a Jonas brother, based on what I'm seeing right now, extremely popular guy, you're going to tell him to go to school for 90 days to learn how marriage works? He's like, let's just get married in Vegas. What are you talking about? Right? I don't know if that's what they did. I'm just saying something of that nature. It was just hard for them to settle into a regular routine because of Joe's career, especially. All right. So there you have it. Let me show you a picture of them on stage. Some of you might be familiar with them. I didn't know them. I did not know those guys. Back in March, they were spotted looking miserable together at an industry party. Sophie says Joe was too controlling. Controlling behavior everywhere. Joe was too controlling. We're rounding up. Says a fourth source. She also said Joe liked to flirt a little too much while out in public. But then he wouldn't like it when she would get too close to her male friends. It was clear their marriage was crumbling. Okay, so he's a cheater too. No surprise there. Again, access to everything is taken for granted, right? When you have it. Turner fans have accused Jonas of spreading false rumors about the actress, with anonymous sources telling various outlets that Turner is a party girl. Oh, so she's been accused of being for the streets. Jonas seemed to address the backlash against him during September 9 concert in LA, telling the crowd, if you don't hear it from these lips, don't believe it. Okay? So he's saying, I didn't say that, right? Sophie was essentially painted as a party animal, says the third source. She was shocked and hurt. As for Turner's claims, she found out about the divorce through the media because he filed for divorce. He's probably like, I'm just going to go ahead and be one of the 20% that file for divorce, okay? As a man, all right? Had discussed it prior. It's not true that she learned about it in the press. That's what they're saying. They said it's not true. They have discussed it prior. You know, when people are in a marriage, you say, well, I think I want a divorce. They don't really feel like they mean it until it's actually filed. They never feel like they mean it, right? So oftentimes you're going to hear a lot of people say, well, I found out in the media. Well, you threatened each other with divorce before. They can claim that they've discussed it with you in the past. And especially if you haven't been having sex for a while. You know, they have 2 young babies too, 14-month-old. Sophie was essentially painted as a party animal. Yet another report claimed Jonas had discovered something scandalous via footage from their security camera at home prior to filing for divorce. The first source says the camera caught Turner saying some not so nice things about Jonas to a pal. Well, I'm not surprised. They are going through it, so of course she's saying something not so nice, okay? It wasn't anything more than that, the source says, but that was the final straw. It was like, okay, that's it, I'm done. It's over. Okay. For now, Turner and Jonas are speaking through their lawyers. Ouch. That means that divorce is going to be nasty. Potentially going to be nasty. Okay. Sophie is focused on motherhood, co-parenting her girls with Joe, and her work projects in that order, says the fourth source. She didn't plan on being a single mom, but that's what's happening, so she's making the best of it. Jonas is leaning on his family. They know that this divorce was not an easy decision for him, and they're supporting him in any and every way they can. Shares of 50 sources. There's 5 people talking about these people, and it's not just them, right? His brother's wives, others who are trying to remain neutral, they are being supportive of both of them, says the second source. It's a difficult time. They are very busy, but with Sophie and Jonah, the best in working it out. But wish Sophie and Joe the best in working it out. One thing everyone can agree on is that the kids deserve the best outcome. The most important thing for Joe and Sophie is the well-being and happiness of the children. So that's what they're putting all their effort into, says the fifth source. At the end of the day, they both want resolution. Right, everybody wants resolution. Are they equipped? Are they equipped with the skills? Are they equipped with the tools to make that happen? The answer is probably no. Right? The answer is probably no. The lawyers are going to be whispering in their ears. Okay? They're going to be saying all kind of stuff. Well, you want to protect your interest. Well, did you know this, that, did you know the other lawyers do that? They're going to try to do this. So we need to do this first. They're going to do this. So let's go higher first. You know, like the $200 million story that the brother was talking about. Sometimes they'll go higher in how much they require because they know they're going to negotiate down, or the judge is not going to give them everything. But what everybody runs with is the big money that he asked for, right? And then he resents, or she resents, you know, either way. But these are the 5 things I want you to pay attention to with regards to some of the 5 predicaments that a lot of people do. They don't necessarily think about when they're in a funky place, potential divorce. A lot of people, they don't necessarily think about some of these things ahead of time, right? They're just caught up in their emotions, right? So they're fighting, quote unquote, fair, but effectively unfair as far as the other person feels, right? But the number one thing that really causes a lot of people heartache, and when it comes to resentments, is the child custody dispute, right? So for example, in their case, she wants to go to London, he wants to stay in New York, and now the resentment is 10,000 times more because a judge has now said she can't go anywhere with the kids after she filed that she should be able to take them permanently to UK. So imagine, so the judge does not care about your emotions, just care about the children, right? Number 2, for them in particular, public accusations and rumors. You might think this is just celebrities, but even at our regular daily life, when we're going through this kind of events, people tend to want to talk. They're looking for someone to hear their own side of the stories. They become obsessed with shalaye, right? Why? Because they are concerned about what other people think. What would this person say? So any chance they get to explain themselves all over again, they start all over again, right? That's how it happens at a regular level. But at celebrity level, the public accusations and rumors will take a toll on them. Number 3, career and family conflicts. It's everywhere. It's not just the idea of monster-in-law is not just Nigerians. I don't know where we get the idea from. I think I know. Everybody think it's just their own group of people, right? Everybody think it's just our own group of people. They don't do this in China. Who told you that? Anyway, they don't do this. What did Baba say? Baba, what's his name? I forgot his name. He said in the Arabian country, they don't do this kind of stuff. Baba doesn't know what he doesn't know. My cousin was just here. My cousin Yemi is supposed to come on the show, but hopefully will come on the show at some point. He lives in Israel/Dubai, and it's all cap, okay? Because everybody feels like everybody's just covering themselves, and women are, it's like, no, it's a lie. It's a lie. Okay? Now for me, it makes sense that it's a lie. It makes sense that it's a lie that everybody's just killing themselves on the street of Nigeria. No, that's a lie, right? But is that what we tend to see on the news? Is that what makes news? Yes. Can that control how you think about these things? Yes, you need to be aware. Anyway, so that's number 3. Career and family conflict is everywhere. Clashing priorities. It creates clashing priorities when there's a divorce going on. And please don't expect anybody to be fair to you. You should assume that they're trying to be fair to you, but it just doesn't come off as fair. I know that's very hard to believe. Okay, you're right. They're evil. They're shaggy. Because there's a fight going on, of course, right? Legal fight. Okay. So, relationship control and trust, right? You can't trust that person. They filed for divorce. How can you trust them? They told you it was going to be forever. How can you trust them? Even if it's for good reasons, you can't trust them. Number 5, the one that should actually be number 1, the emotional toll on children. All right. Yet 14 months young, 2 years old, they know what's going on. They can feel it. They know, and unfortunately they will feel that impact as well. Okay. So number one, child custody disputes, the custody battles, especially when you had relocation to that layer, is going to drag. They're going to drag themselves. Okay, especially legally, and you cannot disconnect legally from. It's personal. Okay, it's personal. Public accusations. They're already talking about infidelity. They're talking about they are listening to stuff on all that stuff. You might be like, oh, they just news. They shouldn't read the news. It will haunt them. Okay. Career and family conflicts. Yes, family also causes trouble for white people. Just in case you didn't know. Okay. There's evil people everywhere. Maybe you think they're evil people. They're everywhere. Okay. All right. Relationship control and trust, of course. Now you feel like you're not in control of your life. This legal custody battle is going to control your life for a while before you find a place to settle. And last but not least, emotional toll on children. That's real. Okay. Those children will have to manage that when they become adults, but they're going to have to manage all of that because they're still very, very young. All right. So hit that like button, share, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. Okay. We'll see what to do about our thumbnail tomorrow. Don't worry, tomorrow I'll make the thumbnail Yule Doche /Mobad who can I /portable, right? Right. I'll make it /portable, right? I'll make it /daddy freeze, something dramatic, right? Yeah, we'll do that so we can bring everybody in. But shout out to all 11 of you watching me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You know why we're here. We're here for serious business. Okay. So, and like I said, if you need counseling, you can go to counseling99.com. Counseling99.com. That's one L, by the way. Counseling99.com. Go explore that. Go check it out. We'll put more information up there later on, but you can sign up right away if you want. All right. But yeah, that's all we have for today. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Oh.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.